Hey everybody, this is Craig from 9V Games. I probably should have waited until I was done chewing within my mouth, but I didn't. Fuck. Never mind, I'll do it. So, this video is for Mr. Smitty Smith and Musab86. Sorry if you're Middle Eastern and I butchered that. We'll turn this shit down. Totally unprepared for this video. This video, I'm just basically going to discuss HD collections, because if you notice on my channel, I do a lot of HD collections, remakes, blah, blah, blah. I mean, one of the basic principles or basic cornerstones of videos that my channel was even founded on was Remake This, which I still continue to do, or I'm planning to continue to do. I actually have a bunch of games in the hopper. It's just every time I seem to want a game remade to do an HD Remake This or blah, 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 they already announce it before I can do it. I was very close with the Resident Evil 2, because I said remake this for Resident Evil 2, and a fucking week later, they had that teaser out about if enough fans want it, Capcom will remake it. And then the one that I was going to do after that was Toe Jam and Earl, because I had them all written out. Not written out, but I had which ones I wanted in a row. And Toe Jam and Earl already came out on Xbox Live Arcade. So, that was my next one, but oh well. But yeah, we're talking about HD collections, and I get mixed reviews. Some people say that they're cheap cash-ins, which I agree with, and I'll get to that point. Like Smitty Smith said that they're just cheap cash-ins and don't need them for better graphics. That's not why I buy them. I don't buy them for better graphics. To be honest, the reason that... Hey, that's my kid's monitor. Yeah, my dog's there barking. Or was on a roll and I stopped. The reason that I buy the HD remakes is not because... I want the game with better graphics. Majority of the time, it's a game that I really, really liked. Like, I absolutely loved. And I want the achievements or trophies for it. And on top of that, if a game's doing pretty bad and they re-release a game in HD from an original version that was actually good, say like Sonic. Sonic started to redeem itself before it happened. But let's just say that Generations and Colors never happened for Sonic, okay? Let's just say that they were still stuck on the 2006 Sonic, which I liked, but a lot of people didn't. And then they went and they re-released Sonic Adventure. Or they went back and they released the Genesis Collection, and all of them are upscaled. If more people bought that than bought the new game, maybe I'm hoping that there's people at these companies that will click in their brain and be like, you know what, maybe we should go back to making them the way that we used to and stop trying to do all this crazy shit that's just not working. Every time I buy an HD collection of a game like that, like Devil May Cry is a good example. I really liked 1, 2, and 3. I liked 4 a lot. I'll say I liked 4 a lot. I might get some hate for this, but I do think Nero was a great entry into the whole lore and characters and blah, blah, blah. I did like Nero. I liked Nero's character a lot. This new DMC, I don't care how great the game is going to be gameplay-wise. I have no doubt in my mind that DMC is going to be a fucking amazing game. It's made by a company I think did something fantastic. Ninja Theory. They did Heavenly Sword. And that shit was amazing. I don't know if any of you guys actually who are dissing Devil May Cry, or I'm sorry, DMC, have actually ever played Heavenly Sword, but Heavenly Sword is fucking awesome. Noriko is an iconic character, and she's only had one game. She's going to be in that PlayStation All-Stars. That'll be my next review. So, rebooting a game like that, I mean, I'm more upset about what they're doing to the character. I don't care if he's younger, blah, blah, blah. Dante already had a character who was younger. I mean, we already had a game with Dante when he was younger. Devil May Cry 3, bitch. Go back and play that one if you really want to. Don't try and reboot something like that. Make a brand new goddamn game. Anyways. I digress. That's why when I do, like, remake this, by the way, I don't want them to go back and reboot a series and fucking change everything. I want them to go back and actually remake the game that we loved back in the day. But anyways, back to the HD collections. I buy the HD collections not because they have better graphics, and they all do have flaws, and Musab is the one who actually told me to do a video where I'm talking about the flaws, so I'll go down the ones that I know really quick. I'm not going to go in some, like, in-depth one. Budokai HD collection... I haven't found shit for flaws. I'm going to be honest with you. I have not found anything wrong with the game, except for the fact that it doesn't have additions, like the online multiplayer. Silent Hill does have sound issues. The fog and shit, that's all oversell by online fucking scrubs, because I don't think they've actually played the game. I don't want to ever get into that again. I'm sorry. I don't want to get into it anymore. Majority of those bugs were made up by people that I don't know. They just took pictures at inopportune times because I haven't experienced 99% of the bugs that are out there for that. But, however, they did have sound issues, I'm not going to lie, and it was patched. Mostly for Silent Hill 3. Devil May Cry, the game looks amazing, it plays amazing, and it gives you achievements. The cutscenes are not full screen. What's the point of having an HD remake if the cutscenes aren't in HD? I don't understand that. That's actually the case also with Budokai. Budokai has that problem. Metal Gear Solid was pretty pristine. The Metal Gear HD collection. However, Metal Gear HD for the Vita still just looked like PlayStation 2 versions. But, I mean, that is totally outweighed by the fact that that's Metal Gear 2 and 3 on the go. Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3 on the go. I'm just looking up here and just picking out the ones I got really quick. I got a lot more. Oh, God of War. You know what? It's funny. I got the God of War collection, and it's really hard to go back to play the old God of Wars. I don't know why. I think it's because I beat them all more than once, except for 3, and it's just really hard to go back and play them. Ico and Shadow of the Colossus. I know there's going to be a hater on here, so I know it's not pronounced Ico. I know that's not the pronunciation of the goddamn game title. I've heard the creator of the game say Eco, okay? I understand that's what it's called. But for all intents and purposes, since 2001, I have been calling it Ico, and that's what I'm going to call it. So, suck on that, bitch. Ico and Shadow of the Colossus, also, I feel is pretty pristine. I haven't really had any problems with that. I think it was great. And which ones do I got? Like, Knights HD, I thought that was great. I really didn't see any issues with it. I mean, it's hard. There's not a lot of issues with these games. I guess it's just the fact that people, like Smitty said, feel like it's a cheap, cash grab. And the two biggest vendors right now are Sega and Capcom, because they're just releasing their shit like hotcakes monthly. Like I just bought Knights last month, and then I bought Sonic Adventure 2, and then now I'm going to buy Toe Jam and Earl. Toe Jam and Earl is not really an HD collection, however, it's upscaled and it's on downloadable, it's got the achievements, so it's the equivalent of having Toe Jam and Earl 1 and 2, which would be a collection, the vintage collection, blah blah blah. They also announced the Model 2 Fighter one today, which is Sonic the Fighters, Fighting Vipers, which I fucking love, and Virtual Fighter 2. Now, that's also another upped collection. You know what? I'm going to buy it because I love that shit. I'm still looking for collections as I'm doing this. I wish that companies would make more, but only for games that I like. If you're making an HD collection of shit I don't want, if you make an HD collection of Glover, I'm not going to buy that shit. I'm not going to buy an HD version of Glover. I bought an HD version of Banjo-Kazooie, and that was going over. I like Banjo-Kazooie, but not enough to ever play that shit again. I don't even know why I bought it. I think I got a discount. I'm still looking for other collections. I have a lot of them. I actually am very guilty of buying a whole shit ton of HD collections. I got a lot. Oh, what is this? Earthworm Jim HD. Awesome, awesome. Have not had a problem with that yet. I don't understand why people hate HD collections so much. I mean, I guess you could say, stop making HD collections and make a sequel. You know what I mean? But that's the point. Companies, whether you want to believe it or not, because I don't want to get in this argument with people, some companies get hurt by pre-owned game sales. Let's say that. Some companies can't hack it in this Call of Duty first-person shooter worlds. Some companies don't want to continuously make online multiplayer games or co-op games. Some companies want to sit around and make single-player games that we enjoy and we actually like playing. And the only way for them to do that is to continuously pad their wallet by re-releasing games. Sega wants to make single-player games for us. They've made awesome single-player games for us in the last generation. I mean, they made Mad World, and that was multiplayer, but who the fuck played that multiplayer? You have Bayonetta, and you have Vanquish, and those games were awesome single-player games. And except for Bayonetta, I mean, most of the Platinum Games stuff flies under the radar. And that's sad, because Platinum Games is awesome. But you take games that are solely single-player and they don't sell. Shadows of the Dam, Splatterhouse. I don't care what anybody says. Splatterhouse was fucking amazing. Those are two games that I've talked about on here a lot. And they're great games, and nobody wants to buy them. However, and the only way to actually continue to make games, Grasshopper Manufacturing had to release an HD version of No More Heroes and put it on the PlayStation 3 in Japan and here. And I'm not exactly sure how they sold, but I know it gave him enough padding in his pocket to help with whatever game's coming next. And I think that's why companies need to re-release the HD games. And for all I know, there's something out there spelling that out that it's exactly what it is. But to me, it makes sense. If it's a single-player game, I want an HD. A Halo Anniversary, I'm not going to buy you. I don't want to play you online. I don't give a shit about playing Halo 1 in HD. Halo's a multiplayer game to me. I do like the campaign. I would never go back and ever play the whole campaign through all three of them all over again. I heard that they're going to remake Halo 2. I don't care about buying games that are multiplayer HD collection. You know what I mean? That's why it was like kind of a complaint, kind of not for Budokai. However, single-player games, if they put the effort in, I think it's totally worth it if you like the story and you like the concept to go back and play a game in HD. Do you know what I mean? And it's not because of the graphics. It's because, well, I like achievements. I want people to know that I beat Earthworm Jim. I want people to know that I fucking muscled through Budokai and I put 50 hours into that game. You know? I just want to play through it again and not have the stomach going out and buying another PS2. You know what I mean? And I mean, for people like me, I guess I really have no excuse because I have all the systems to play all the older ones on. But I like playing it on Xbox. I like having it in my collection. I really want to support Namco Bandai when they make games like Budokai. I really want to support Silent Hill no matter what anybody thinks about it. I want to support the Team Silent games regardless of what happens to them. I want to support Ico and Shadow of the Colossus. You know what I mean? It's just about your support for these companies that you like that make these single-player epic games that you just absolutely love. That's what HD collections are about, my friend. And you should buy them, and you should be supporting these companies that you love. Thank you for watching.